My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Curse of the Dead Gods. Alright, we've got a Venomous Fang, Revolver, and Heavy Sword, or a Hunting Axe, Chip Dagger, and Stiff Bow. I haven't really used the Hunting Axes at all in this series so far. Pardon me, I was lost in thought. Look, I like the Broken Longsword for being able to activate the secret rooms that otherwise I would not be able to. And it makes a lot of sense specifically going into the Eagle dungeon. I actually may not even succeed here, by the way. I don't know if I've fought the second champion in the Eagle dungeon. Yes, definitely. I don't know if I fought the boss. As I say, it was introduced, and then shortly thereafter I was aware that the game was going to be coming out into full release, so and have left the opportunity to do that a bit later. Alright. We're also getting meta currency kind of slowly right now, despite the fact that we're winning runs. So, I gotta find some way to get a boost to the amount of meta currency we get. So I can unlock a bunch of the weapons that I really am, like, super excited about, as well as upgrade those weapon altars and mantles out there. Okay, that poison took a long time to secure that kill. Which tells me that I need to not rely on the poison to secure any of the kills. I should probably fire my own excess shots as well. Okay, nothing to break down there. Wait, there was nothing down there, right, as well? No. It was just debris. Yeah, okay, definitely just debris. Good. There's no way this is a secret. Oh! Perhaps there is way. Nice try. Nice try. I didn't... I just didn't think that one was going to swing wide. I was going to give it a nice try too, but... Fortunately, it was a good try. A successful one, even. Oh! Enemies in this trap room. Okay. Using the ability to keep this in mind in future runs, especially where I have, like, reptilian hunger and such. Let's try and bail out in the other direction, though, unless there is a dead stop here, too. Okay, we're getting a decent amount of early gold. I like it. What is my thing again? Any healing exceeds my health returns to gold. Yeah, so having lost any HP here, not necessarily great. Although it's not like I have a bunch of different blessings to choose from at the moment. It's not like I could have just chosen some other one in the dungeon I am less familiar with. Okay, as we can see, let's just get some... Wow. Wow, rude! I was about to say, let's just get some practice having this guy actually take down that wall. Instead, I immediately took a ridiculous amount of damage to them. The answer's pendant. 4% max health or 3 decks. I thought I was going to be able to go over the edge of that, and I wasn't going to take in... Okay, we need to center ourselves here. Take a moment. Slow down. Stop judging yourself for any of the damage you take, because that's only going to cause you to take more. Resilience is all about forgiving yourself, you see. Okay, some worthwhile gold offerings remove 5 corruption. Yeah, it's pretty worthwhile. Still not had anything else give us extra corruption. I'll go to the relics early, but only because I don't want to go to the question mark and then it be a haven and then I just miss out on a whole room's worth of value. What I really want are more opportunities to pick up gold I should also probably work on my parry timings against those enemies. Lacing Blade. No, I'll take the HP there instead. Still very much like the ability to poison things and walk away occasionally. Also, I just like the attack speed of the claw. Nothing on those walls I need to worry about. Cool. Starting to get good on the timing of rolling out of those. I feel like we can be consistent with it. I just need to be consistent in knowing their placements and also at being able to visually scan whether or not it is the wide sweep or the single thrust at a glance. Because right now, all I can see is statue that is going to attack. And you dodge from each pretty significantly different. What's our first weapon area? Cut up to the left? I really don't want to cut up to the left there. I may just have to rely on weapons that get dropped. I didn't even see them charging up that attack. Oh, nice tracking there, bud. Wait, but it had a two swing beforehand that didn't track. Eh? Gold offerings remove 15 corruption. I'm going to take that with blood early on and then pay for a bunch of things. Okay. Let's try that out. So we'll make one corruption purchase early and then try and use that to ward off the rest of the corruption. Obviously, this is going to be most successful if I end up with a bunch of gold. However, that relic also gave us 4 perception, so ending up with a bunch of gold? Possible. Once the map transform into unknown rooms. Well, I know I'm still peeling off to the right. Yeah, north is a haven, then left from that is a weapon. Left from that, not contiguous, is a upgrade. At the end of the path, I thought was gold, maybe. It's fine. That's not going to be the path we're going down anyway, and we don't really have many choices on the path we will be going down, so this hasn't really affected us at all. And if we don't get another curse, this will be the one that we remove. So it won't really affect us at all. Thank heck for iframes right there. That was really bad. I rolled too early. Okay, we're good. Whew. Plus 20% base damage from claws. Yes, please. And then you even get to bop that door down with a heavy weapon. Finishes cost no stamina. No thank you. Did you not just see the upgrade that I got to the claw? I think I'll be keeping that for the rest of the run now. The entire rest of the run if we can avoid it. Oh, okay. So the shadows don't necessarily have glowing eyes, demonstrating that they are going to attack unless you have your torch out. It's going to make it a lot harder. Okay, so I will just need to kind of like rote learn their placements then. Do all of these ones in this room attack? Not guaranteed, okay? Just getting a lot of variables thrown at me at the moment that I'm going to have to try and lock in there somehow, you know? You're not to know, but as I said lock in there, I was pointing at my head. Screw it, I'm going the unknown. I don't think I'm going to have enough money to buy a relic that's worthwhile. Whoop, nice try. I'm afraid the first enemy that I learn how to dodge is always the corruption giving one, because you can heal back up, but it's real hard to remove corruption. So I always put all of my focus towards learning how to avoid them first. I also find taking, like, corruption hits pretty demoralizing. Gain 50% of damage taken gold. No. Just going to try and specifically curve those away from that trap in the middle, so that it doesn't do the broad attack, and I don't have to worry about trying to dodge away from it, but I will tree this one myself. Wait, hang on. Oh, yeah. There's that enemy up in the back that I really, really dislike. Thankfully, it already died. Oh, thank heck. I was probably going to try and swap to my heavy weapon and use that to knock them off balance. I'll take stats, happily. We also made another gold offering, so we removed a bunch more corruption. And then, if I want to continue making gold offerings, I got to get... That's right! Wealthy! What do you think I was going to say? I think it's the weapon placement, weapon upgrade, rather. I think that's actually at the end of this line. Don't need that. Well, I mean, that one has gold already showing on the path. Fine. I think we go up here then. You correctly put the breadcrumbs there, and I've decided to follow this as a result. Oh. It seems like a rough-ish path. One that would provide extra value due to the obstacle course, the gauntlet of fire through which we just went. Wow. For some reason, I just thought, nah, that attack's not going to be fast enough. I'm going to be able to walk out of the way of that one. Nope. Can I not light that again? Whoop. Whoa, so this one's got a berserker attack that I had forgotten about. Gonna have to keep that one in mind. I don't want to end up in a scenario where I dodge the first attack there and just take all of the rest of the hits. Charged attack send a wind slash that pushes all enemies in its gust. No. And we'll take the corruption removal there and move onwards again. What you got for us? Steel Tip Talons deals critical damage for 3 seconds after a perfect dodge. Yep, that's also a claw, so it'll still work with the base claw relic that I have. I don't really love poison as an effect. I want to know when the enemy is going to die because I want to do it. Because it's very, very, very important that I don't leave an enemy alive unwittingly. I find I do that a lot with poison. I've done it a little there, but as the enemies get higher and higher health totals, it happens more and more to me. I'm very glad that we have the golden sensor here. Is it golden sensor? No, serpent hourglass. Golden hourglass. There we go. Got it in the end. Gold offerings remove 5 corruption. I mean, that is what we're trying to do. Sure. You can come along for the ride. Really good amount of money in here. Up! Didn't even know there were still enemies. Otherwise, I'd have tried to go for another complete healing from that. That is to say, another complete in the greed kill counters we were trying to stack at that point. This looks like a haven. Well, I wish there was something you would get for turning down a haven entirely, because otherwise we end up in scenarios like I mentioned prior, because it feels like whenever I go to an unknown, 90% of the time it's a haven. So I just avoid all unknowns, which I don't think is the goal. I think the design goal was make them avoid all of those unless they have taken a bunch of damage and are hoping for a haven. Yeah. I'll tell you what happened there is I was like, oh, I know this attack. I have to be close or I have to be far away. It's one of the two. All right, I'm going to try far away. Yeah. Unfortunately, my movement was limited there because of the orbs as well. Can those seriously chill? Their area control is actually becoming kind of obnoxious. Wow. Just gonna take a bunch of damage in this fight, don't mind me. Wait, hang on. So you don't take damage to their aura explosion. Or rather, you don't take damage to their aura in general. You take damage when the thunder is called down. Okay. So you actually can dodge through them a lot more than I'm currently doing. Got it. Makes this fight make a lot more sense to me. Get that stamina back. Yeah, I'm not critting from behind with that claw there. So it must just be daggers that crit from behind. Please get out of the corner. I can't fight you there. Oh! Way too much damage. Please, please, cool it, cool it. It's a perfect dodge. Some crits out there. Whew! We lost so much HP there, and I'm really, really not proud of it. We'll eventually get this boss to the point that we fight them like we fought the other first bosses, right? Just kind of laughing at him a little bit, but clearly we're not there yet. I'll take the healing every time I go through a door, thank you. I will definitely take the Chalice of Vigor. Oh my god. Thank you. So we're healing 16% of our max HP every single time we leave a room now. And that is absolutely essential for us. I am mortified. I still don't have a weapon that I want to upgrade. And I have all of my upgrade shrines before I get my first weapon. That's a problem. I'm still not going to a haven. I have enough healing here that I should be okay. All warrior statues are now... all warrior statues. Alright. Well, at least that takes out the guesswork of, is this one going to try and hit me? Because the answer now is always yes. What? Okay, you can't just walk away from this enemy then. Their charge will get you. Get him. That is ridiculous how little damage that did. Like, I know this enemy is elite, but that is a trap. Usually that's like at least half of their HP. Let's lose the plus base damage for claws. It's gonna hurt a little bit in the short run. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is something I didn't mention. If you've already equipped something, you can see right now below take and leave, it says has already been equipped. You don't have the ability to transmute anything after you've equipped it. So that's why I haven't been doing that. Just for anyone who's been wondering, because I know there were a fair few comments and questions about it. So I didn't necessarily explain that well at the time. I need to find a new weapon. Especially as I start running up against champion elites. No. It's just not going to cut it. On weapon. No, that's less weapon and more not weapon. I want one to be less not weapon and more weapon. Oh, yes, there's a champion. Thankfully, it's one of the enemies with the smaller HP pool. So it's not too threatening. There's no way these are on the south side of the map as well, right? Why did that trap go off? Does that trap only go off when hit by lightning? Whew. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to get that eye down as quickly as I can. Because otherwise it was going to track its beam onto me and I was just going to be destroyed by it. Lightning attacks, +1 per base point attacks. As I've said, heavy weapons are one of my worst weapon sets. But this is the best weapon I've been offered, and I need to use it. It is the only way that I'm going to be able to actually do damage against certain enemies upcoming. Well, all right. Got a relic, and then we've got a weapon upgrade shrine. Upgrading this weapon from 2 to 3? Pretty big leap. Ah, the baby. I remember the baby. No! It's bad on my part. Left myself in between so many traps just because I wanted to remove the baby. Negative 10% of the gold offering costs. I think I'll remove the corruption now. So the baby is... Eagle. So we have the Sentinels, the Harpies, the Petrified Guardians. Those kind of speak for themselves. The Blade Master, that's the one that I keep querying its attack format. Soul Reliquary, that is the orb that I kept trying to destroy. Dreadful Offspring, that is the baby. And then Kux Takar, High Lord of the Storm, is the first one we've fought. Let's say the first champion we've fought. I can't even really remember the effect of those babies. I just remember it's brutal and I do not want it. That is insane. I was super far away from the Harpy and I also steered out of its way and it still charged on me. So if I see a Harpy charging in the distance, I have to roll. I always try and avoid rolling wherever possible. No healing for you. I try and avoid rolling wherever possible, and that is actually a good thing to do. Because if you roll at every available opportunity, you leave yourself out of stamina to roll when you really need it. Right? So if you can walk out of the way of an attack, walk out of the way of that attack. Don't roll. However, unfortunately, that that practice is harming me here now. You can see I swapped to a faster weapon there to finish off the Harpy. So I was pretty worried that if I tried to go for the final hit, the Petrified Guardian behind me was just going to be able to wreck my stuff. Alright, this is going to be a bit annoying. Get the stamina back up and then go back. Perfect. There's a weapon upgrade shrine. Nothing else that we need to upgrade here. Weapon up? No, it's relic. Plus 45% rather percent damage against weakened enemies. Extra damage against weakened enemies. I think I'll reroll. Passing through a door inflicts less corruption. Plus damage per base. Yatz's Pendant for just 9 decks. That gives us 6 extra decks over the Yatz's Pendant we're currently holding. And it's not too expensive. Let's take it. Just plus 6 decks. We've got more stores later. I don't need to spend all of my money there. I definitely don't need to spend all of my rerolls there. Whilst I still have so few. Ah! Tracking! Yeah, Blade Master. I gotta learn how to parry the Blade Masters. That's how I'm gonna have to deal with them. Stop! The orb got me, and then the harpies constantly did it. The heavy weapons, they're just too slow. It's almost like they're heavy. See that Blade Master ruining our stuff? You can already see what's this is how everyone dies. Not necessarily ours right now. Maybe we pull this back, but this is how a run definitely dies. Get away from me, Blade Master! Alright, do we have a haven? Okay, if we can survive the weapon upgrade room, we can have a haven. Wait, this is the weapon upgrade room. We don't have a haven on going out of this, do we? I don't think we do. No, it's a weapon that we have to get. All right, fine. I'm going there. I have to. I'm looking for a different primary weapon. Something fast, please. I beg of you, game. So I'll tell you what it is that's killing us. It's 100% the Blade Masters. It's the Blade Masters, and the fact that I'm so unfamiliar with their, like, the legitimacy of their attack pattern, I guess is the way that I'm going to express it here, is causing me to take a huge amount of damage because I'm giving them so much leeway in my positioning around the map because I just expect them to be able to hit me no matter where I am. Platinum? There's no way that's the end. There is way that's the end! Weighted blades. Projectile increases damage based on the distance traveled before impact, up to 50+%. Deals extra damage against electrocuted enemies. It's a main weapon. It's throwing. Extra points per base constitution. It's not ideal because I also don't use throwing weapons often, but fine. I don't want to reroll, and then the best weapon in the store is another heavy hammer. Or, God forbid, there's only heavy hammers in the store. There you go. Do I want more money? No. Unless the next is also a weapon upgrade store, more money isn't really viable or optimal for us, I don't think. Alright, throwing knives. Let's try you out. Not necessarily the right theater to be trying something out for the first time in, but... thanks for the corruption. Okay, so you want to hit these as best you can at max range. Because they have the extra damage modifier for being at max. I mean, this scales... my weapon scales with perception right now, doesn't it? Destroy that as well. Sorry, perception. Strength, the one I just turned down. Oh, I thought this was the secret area we were going into, not a exploration. I wouldn't have gone so deep had I known. Oh, this is just one giant area. Is there something up here as well? Maybe a little bit of gold in that. Other than that, no. Alright. Our dex is really what's holding down our damage at the moment. The fact that we have 24 points of dex. Stop! The fact that we have 24 points of dex means that we just have, by base, plus 48% damage on all of our weapons. And that's been very clearly essential. The fact that I have the ability to kill a lot of these enemies in 2 or 3 taps, because it comes down to breakpoints, right? If you have a heavy weapon that does 2 hits and leaves your enemy on 1 health, then that heavy weapon takes 3 hits to kill that enemy. And that sucks, because that's a whole nother, millennia for you to actually get that extra heavy weapon attack out. So what you really, really want is damage upgrades that get you over a new threshold, such that you have to attack fewer times. At least when you're focusing on something like a heavy weapon. Now, that is like obviously a simplified example, but it exists in other realms as well. Like, is my basic weapons combo going to be enough to kill this enemy? Or can I kill them in only 1 hit and then an offhand combo, which apparently you only have to do 1 hit before an offhand combo. By the way, thank you to everyone who told me that. I was under the impression you had to do the full combo, and I've never done it any other way. I'll deal with the summoned harpy afterwards. Ooh, +8 to the highest stat. You know what? I'm not greed kill counting anymore. Speaking of the highest stat, let's make it even higher. 37. All right. I think I'm max. I don't think there's any other weapon I'm going to want to pick up at this point. Urns no longer contain gold. They're filled with blood. Blood heals, but inflicts corruption. That's fine. We're not getting above another curse unless we take a ridiculous amount of corruption to something here. I don't know, buying something maybe, I guess. Or just like really beefing it against one of these eye enemies. Can you? Well, we beefed it against one of them, but not really beefed it, right? It had to be with the really modifier that pertains to said beefing. Right, let me find something in the distance. There we go. Die. I was gonna delete you. I'm not really making gold offerings anymore. There's more perception as well. More dex, rather. Extra on healing effects. We don't need 30%. That's fine. Okay. Wait for no one to be queuing up an attack. Hey. When you can find the time, and when you are familiar enough with the enemy's rhythms to be able to use heavy weapons consistently, they're great. Right? When I say I'm not good at heavy weapons, really what I'm saying is I need to get good at heavy weapons. Partly what I'm saying is I'm not yet good enough at the game to use heavy weapons. I found that I got a lot of practice using. Whoa, that Blade Master could ruin my life, so we need to focus. Just remove it before it removes us. No, I'm not trading for a bow there. Yep, stats. And we go through to the second champion here in the Eagle Temple. I don't know if I've ever fought this before. I think I have, right? I must have. I was in the final area of the Eagle Temple at one point, I think. Yeah, I fought you. Mr. Hans McGillicuddy. All right, it's going to be hard to find the time to use a slow weapon in this fight. I say as I use a slow weapon almost exclusively in this fight. See how I didn't have to roll through any of those attacks? Just walking out of them left me with enough stamina to actually beat up the enemy afterwards. That's kind of just like another point of proof of the thing that I mentioned prior about walking outside of attacks if you have the ability instead. Nice. Yeah, see, if you roll, you actually end up getting caught by the later ones because you're slower after the roll, right? As you're recovering from having gone down in the first place. This fight gives you so many opportunities to parry, and I just haven't been taking any of those opportunities yet because I'm terrified that the enemy... I tried to parry there, but the enemy didn't actually try and connect with me. I haven't taken any of the opportunities because every time I get here, I'm usually on quite low health and the runner's in a little bit of a dangerous position. That was probably my good opportunity near the end of that fight to actually parry. Tried a little bit, was ultimately unsuccessful. Though even more ultimately successful. Progress 100% there. The unspeakable experiment, excuse me, is complete. We've now unlocked 3 new explorations, which I'll show you here. 3 new? Oh, okay, so I need to go for the top one. Right, makes sense. The quest of invulnerability. Roam the entire Temple of the Jaguar. Challenge the Dark Avatar of the Jaguar on top of his 2 champions. Dark Avatar of the Eagle on top of their 2 champions. Dark Avatar of the Servant on top of their 2 champions. We're going to start doing like end bosses and longer runs in the next, episode. We've also unlocked the extra blessing slot. We really need to get some more blessings unlocked then to pop those in because these are hugely valuable. Fire illuminates further. Killing multiple enemies in 3 seconds activates Fury. Deal 50% more damage for some seconds. Gear found in chests or dropped by enemies has a higher chance of being a higher quality. I love that one. Greed kills restore 1 more stamina I like as well. Let's take higher quality gear. And then I don't think I will unlock another one. Forsaken weaponry, though. Plus 3% base damage per point of constitution. And it's a claw. I'll take the Warmonger claws. Thank you for making it so easy on me, game, right there. For the moment. Let me say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Curse of the Dead Gods. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content of this game, past, present, and future. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.